Welcome back to my channel, The Sarthak Show, where we discuss about tech, career, product, and life. And in this MySQL playlist, today we will understand and discuss about inserting the values in a table. In the previous videos, we have understood about creating a database, creating a table, how to create tables with different columns and different data types, and putting some data types into auto increment or setting them as primary key or making them have default values. In this video, we will understand, like, if you have created a table, how you can insert values into that, insert a row into that. So we'll start with a very simple syntax. What's the syntax of inserting some values into a table? So you have to write insert, that is the keyword, into, again, then table name, then you have to mention bracket like the names of the column. So column, and now what you have to do is the right part, the values as the keyword, again values, again mentioning the exact values. So you have to mention value 1, value 2, and so on and so forth. And this is the exact query that will help you understand. So let's look at one of the examples from, and will give you a better understanding of how things actually work. So in the previous sections, we have created a table name as students2, right? This is the description of the students2 table, which has ID, name, date of birth, marital status, and score as the columns, and the different various data types accordingly, right? So what we'll try to do is that we will mention with a query and move ahead with that. Since I will give you an example with students first, let me show you what is this there in students. So basically in this, there is only name and ID. I am going to give you an example here there because there is no primary key, there is no default value and everything. And then we will work on the table students too, right? So let me write so this is where we are going to understand, right, what kind of values you want to insert, and this will help you get a better understanding of that part. So I want to enter my name over here. So Sarthak. So folks, I want to give you one very big announcement. Newton School has started with their own full stack development course. They want to introduce more about full stack, and this is the best moment for you. They are going to teach you everything from scratch. You are going to learn everything about full stack development, front end, back end, and databases, and everything from scratch. Best part of that is it's a zero fee upfront course, so you don't have to pay anything for joining this course and start. And also you're going to learn about projects, different things in this course. You're going to build some very cool, awesome project for your resume, for your everything, for learning part as well. And the last bit is, this is going to be very helpful for you guys, is that they are also going to get you placed at startups and MNCs. So they are going to assist you for your placements, for your jobs as well. You are going to get placed at startups, MNCs, and everything. So what's the best deal that you can get? You're going to learn, and you're going out the link in the description box below. It has all the information, all the context, and you can know what they are teaching and what the project that you will be working on. So stay tuned to that, and please check out the link in the description box below. Comma ID. I want to give my ID over here, so let me give a random ID 998877665544332221. Just a random number. I think it's too big of a number. Let me give it a short ID 9988. Okay, this is a simple number ID that I have given to myself, and let me just execute this command. Okay, so you see that the output is query, okay, one row affected. So essentially what this means is that the query has run successfully and it has affected one of the rows. We'll just copy this command and put it over here as on our document. So command that we wrote, sample command. This will give you a better understanding. Okay, let me just delete that. So this is what we wrote and we got a result. Now let's try and go for a bigger query, as in what would happen if I have to insert multiple values into a table and it has multiple columns with default characteristics and everything. So we'll go into that. Let me write insert into students 2 column name. So we already know that we have these columns over here. So ID, comma, name, comma, DOB, comma, marital status, right? And I want to insert with values, let's say, so very interestingly, we have an ID column which is auto increment by nature. So I will just write default as this in string, comma, and I have to give a name. Then I can again insert, let's say this time I'm going to write the full name. So Sarthak space Jain, comma. Now I have to insert a date of birth. Now this is very interesting. Why? Because you have to enter a date of birth and it could be in a very specific format. So what I will enter is 24041998, right? This will be the date of birth. Now now marital status, and we know there's a default value, but let me for the simplicity, let me mention single and comma, and I want to enter the score value. So score value has to be a number, right? So what I will do is I will insert let's say random number 50.0. Yes, this should work. Okay, encrypted value for this. Okay, let me write it again. Let me correct. What should be the date format? 1998 0424. Is this working? Oh, 1998-0424. Okay, so that is the date format that we use. We'll make the separate correction, but let me also copy this into my notes. So sample command, if I should use the comma, this one. Okay, so interestingly, we'll use one query right now just to show you what has been inserted into the table. But the learning that you have to take is that I will go again and explain all of that query in depth in the next lesson. So I'm just using this query because I know about this. Select star from students. Right. So I invented Sarthak 998 where in this case, and again I'm going to use this command students2, and you can see one entry I've made Sarthak Jain. This is his date of birth, single, and 50. Right. So this is just to show you that we have entered an entry to the table. We'll specifically learn these commands in the next lessons, but yeah, this is to show you that this has worked. Very interestingly, if I move forward and you have to make multiple entries together, what you can do is I'm just going to show you this command. So I have to just make sure that this happens. Again, Control C, and let me write this query again. Sample command again over here. So what I will do is since I have to enter these values, right? I can insert multiple values at one time. So you don't have to mention this again. So let me give you an example over here. Let me just copy paste this part. Let me write this as A as Sam, Sam, or it could be Kevin. Okay. Again, I have to mention this. Let's say this is Ankit. Okay. Date of birth could be 25, 26. I'm just entering random values just to show you I have to have made a bulk entry. 28. I don't have to use this one. I have to use a comma over here. Again with this comma, with this comma. This is to show you how you can enter multiple values. Let me write here married. Let me check. It's the same way it's mentioned, right? Married. Okay. Married. Let me make this one as married to. Okay, now score should be again some different value, 60, 70, 80, right? So what we have done is we have insert different values. I will just quickly copy this command and show you how this is going to work, right? So I'm pasting this command. If you can see that the command has been pasted successfully, I'm not entering enter, but this is to show you if you want to enter multiple values simultaneously, you just have to mention values once, but you can mention rows. So let me press enter. Okay, now you see that I have made 4 entries. It is 4 rows affected, 4, right? So there are records. I can show you the entry. I had used this command, right? And now you can see 5 rows, 1 entry that I have made earlier, and then again with 25, 26, 27, 28. I know this has been the same column that we copied earlier, but the date has been changed now from this part. But this is how this has worked. And since we have mentioned default, the ID has auto incremented to this value. Yeah, so that's the best part of it. I am going to show you one last command from entering into select. So insert into, what you can write is insert into the table name, values. Sorry, my bad. I have to mention this, but you just have to call this as a bracket, open, close, again, values over here, nothing but this. What this will do very specifically for this command I am mentioning, I'm giving this some space. This is a very specific command. This will enter what I would say, enter null values to the table. So this specific command is used to just show that you can enter null values to the table as well. So quickly just show you example on that. Insert into, again this, and let me just see, I just did not mention any of the name of the columns and none of the values in that column, and it just affected one row. Let me just quickly check what happened in this table. There's a null NA, which is the default value of this column, and null has been triggered. So you can check that you can make multiple entries into the table. Automatically it will pick out default values. It has auto incremented, and for others column it will enter null as the value. So yeah, this is all for this lection. I will try to push this code on the GitHub. You can check that out. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I will further deep dive into a little bit of more topic